Welcome to the first episode of Connecting the Dots with Kian. Today, we will explore how historical innovations like the printing press have paved the way for modern advancements and what this all means for the future of AI. Let's start by talking about the era we lived in, an era that could be described as a technocracy. We've moved past meritocracy, and now it's not just about what you know or how skilled you are, but how well you navigate the ever-evolving landscape of technology. Consuming the latest tech news trends has become a cultural norm, and names like ChatGPT, Gemini, and Llama are as familiar to many as fashion brands. The issues happening in tech companies are the new cultural touch points akin to the issues created by artists or writers in the past. Moreover, the tools and methodologies we use to enhance productivity have become crucial metrics in evaluating abilities and performance. Consider Nvidia, a company that designs and sells graphic chips. Just a few years ago, it was relatively obscure to the general public, but now it has become one of the most popular brands in the world. A big part of this enthusiasm is due to the rise of large language models, or LLMs. Many believe that these models will solve most of the problems we face in the near future. It's a belief that takes me back to 2016 when AlphaGo and deep learning were the talk of the tech world. After AlphaGo defeated one of the world's best Go players, the fear of uncontrollable AI surged, a fear that was even more pronounced than what we see today. We are seriously concerned about the concept of singularity, a term that was new to many of us, including myself at the time. Many people invested significant time and money trying to understand deep learning, but anticipated breakthroughs didn't arrive as quickly as some had expected. However, as we moved into the 2020s, we witnessed the emergence of an incredible advancement known as LLMs. Bill Gates once said, "Most people overestimated what they can do in 1 year and underestimated what they can do in 10 years. This statement rings true for AI as well. Just like deep learning, LLM technology might not continue to progress as rapidly as the shock brought by ChatGPT within the next year, but it will undoubtedly lead to surprising advancements in ways we didn't anticipate. Instead of focusing solely on LLM's isolated applications, we should broaden our perspective to anticipate the direct and indirect effects they will have on society." This brings me to an interesting historical story, the invention of the printing press, which I believe was the first true IT platform innovation in human history. It was a pivotal development that allowed the West to surpass the East for the first time, and it continues to influence our world today. The metal casting technology developed in the early 15th century led to the creation of movable metal types. Gutenberg's innovation was the creation of individual reusable metal letters or characters that could be arranged into words and sentences. These types were then inked and pressed onto paper using a press. The durability of metal type meant it could be reused indefinitely, making it possible to produce books on a large scale, drastically reducing cost and making books accessible to the general public. This, in turn, spurred the spread of knowledge, literacy, and the Renaissance. The use of standardized type ensured that texts were uniform, easier to read, and more aesthetically pleasing. Corrections could be made easily by simply replacing individual types. Additionally, the printing press contributed to the standardization of language. Before its invention, regional dialects and spellings varied widely, but printed materials helped establish more consistent spelling and grammar. Gutenberg's printing press also featured additional engineering methodologies such as screw press mechanism, oil-based ink, and innovations in paper handling and pressure application, all of which were crucial in enabling the efficient and high-quality production of printed materials. These innovations laid the groundwork for the mass production of books. The printing press made it possible to produce books and other texts quickly, accurately, and affordably, leading to greater literacy and education among the middle classes. The development of the printing press has been credited with helping to usher in the modern era by enabling the spread of information across all levels of society. Consider Martin Luther, who led the Protestant Reformation. He was the world's first best-selling author. The Bible he published in 1517 sold 5,000 copies in just 2 weeks. This rapid dissemination of knowledge and the growing desire for information led to Reformation, the Enlightenment, and even the scientific revolution as we know. During the Renaissance, the curiosity and exploration of new worlds fueled the spread of stories through books. Gutenberg's first printed book was the Bible, and due to the dominant influence of religion at the time, religious books were indeed widely disputed. However, books on travelogues and gossip were also popular, fueling people's desire for information even further. In the past, when knowledge was disseminated through handwritten manuscripts, there were significant limitations. Transcribing took a lot of time, making the transmission of knowledge slow, and the number of copies that could be distributed was very limited. Even more problematic was the high likelihood of human error during transcription, which hindered the rapid advancement of research based on existing scientific discoveries. The accuracy and rapid dissemination of content through printing technology, however, greatly enhances scientific progress. The transformation brought about by metal-type printing technology was a decisive moment in history. It marked the first time that the West surpassed the East in development, a pivotal event in human history that continues to hold influence. However, here's an even more interesting fact. This technology, which has such a profound impact on world history, was actually invented in Korea more than 80 years before Gutenberg's. The Jigji, a Korean Buddhist document printed in 1377, is the world's oldest extant book printed with movable metal type. UNESCO confirmed Jigji as the oldest metalloid type in September 2001 and included in the Memory of the World program. If this technology had been able to play the same role as a platform like Gutenberg's printing press, the course of history might have been very different. In conclusion, we live in an era where technology has become a fashion statement, but as always, technology itself is just a starting point. Today, everyone is talking about LLMs and AI, and amidst the noise and information overload, it's clear that the innovation we seek won't come from the merely applying technology in a one-directional way. I hope I can connect multifaceted thoughts on this podcast and provide unique, fresh insight to you listeners. So stay tuned as I continue to explore these themes and share insights across the technologies, macroeconomics, and politics that are shaping our future. Thank you for your listening. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to subscribe and share it with your friends. See you!